From Software are the creators behind some of the most important games of the past decade: Dark Souls, Sekiro, Elden Ring, and Armored Core. But the game that speaks to me the most is Bloodborne. And that's because Bloodborne, like its sibling games, has a world that you can get utterly lost in, but with its own scent and flair that are hauntingly beautiful. You see, Bloodborne takes place in a dark and mysterious society overrun with catastrophe and monstrosities alike. And you must fight your way past these horrors, or even run past them should you choose. But the real beauty of this game lies in its setting and the soul-stirring world. Each and every enemy you encounter can pose a real threat, and it's only by taking the time to truly understand their movesets and abilities that you can finally conquer their challenge. Too often games nowadays focus on making things accessible or easy, but FromSoft games like Bloodborne take the opposite approach, of making them painstakingly difficult. And this isn't just in terms of combat either, but rather the world too. Simply trying to understand what is going on around you is a feat of its own in this foreboding world, where talking with NPCs or uncovering tombs of the past reveal riddles and complexities that leave you with more questions than answers. However, throughout it all, the struggle, the pain, the challenge inherent in this game's setting makes the moments where you do conquer it all that much better. Like peeling back the layers of an onion until you slowly unravel the truth at its core, and come to realize that everything you have experienced was for a reason. When you walk down the streets of Yharnam, a Victorian-era inspired fantasy city built on the souls of Gothic intention, you can't help but take in the tragedy of it all. Whether it's the evocative music, the screams of people afflicted with the blood-borne disease that transforms them into horrific beasts, or the sounds of bells ringing off in the distance, every step you take in this game inspires a sense of dread. Every corner of this world is dark, damp, and quiet. Every monster is scary, but in their eyes you can see the crying souls of an innocent being inside wailing for help. It's the kind of world in a game that's depressing, but not in a bad way. In a way that makes you think, that brings you deeper into the world, and makes it hard sometimes to push forward even when you can't help but get wrapped up in it all. And with each encounter you are able to regain life by being proactive and bringing the fight to the enemy, which is just another analogy to how you must travel through this world to survive. The brutality of it all, the unrelenting sadness and pain you must scavenge through to find even the most momentary times of solace. It's a sense of beauty that is seldom talked about, but certainly is captured in the world of Bloodborne. And for me, that's why it's one of the best game worlds that's ever been made. It may not always be the most fun, or even the most enjoyable at that, but it does leave an effect on you unlike many other things out there, where it's only through the hardship that you can find salvation, not too unlike our real world in many ways. And even though all FromSoft games have this eerie sense to them, something about Bloodborne is unique in that way, where you can fall so deeply in love with a place that tries so hard to make you hate it. Worlds and games don't always have to be happy or amusing. Sometimes it's by digging into those darker and harder to understand parts of our psyche that we start to understand more after all. And if there's one FromSoft game you should give a shot, and one that doesn't last for hundreds and hundreds of hours, it's this one, if only for the truly sinister world that etches itself into your mind.